was sitting here thinking about the fact that spirit. I was thinking about how the judicial, how the physical court knew it was a spiritual court. And I'm like, man, they knew God existed this whole time, and they let everybody go in this evil direction. But I think it was because of that deal that was made centuries ago. I'm like, man, that's messed up. I mean, the cops probably don't know, don't get me wrong, but the judge know. Some of the lawyers probably know. Because the spiritual courts is controlled by God. I mean, I wonder why people don't think about that. Like I said, maybe it's because of that century, how they made that deal centuries ago. And just didn't have to talk about it. Just like when you sacrifice somebody, you can't help that person you sacrifice. But man, I'd be like, man, that's the messed upest part about all this. I said, this is crazy. Because in that spiritual court, this is why a lot of y'all go to prison. Y'all die, wind up dead. Because you pray to God, you swap it down, God ain't helping you. But quite the opposite. That ain't it at all. It's the fact that God is helping you. And it's the fact that you are in the dark night of the soul. In other words, you are in a spiritual court. And every single person who got anything or had anything to do with your situation is in spiritual court. Everybody. I'm talking about, like I said, they went back to junior high and elementary probably with me. And I'm like, good God, I'm like, and believe it or not, some of those people I went to school with in junior high and elementary or whatever wound up big dogs in the government or something like that. And had something to do with my situation, good or bad. It's amazing, bro. Especially in high school. Old, low, everybody. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, that puzzled me, man. And I think, you know, the newer energy, the modern, and that's why I don't really say nothing about my family no more, because I think they started to catch on to the older people just quit believing. But I think the new energy, wait a minute, something ain't right for real. It started moving different, good. Cause y'all were moving bad. And even the new lovers that came and didn't get here, they started realizing, everybody started realizing that when you start believing, one thing about it, when you start attacking God and doing stuff to God, when God sears your heart, you turn off your senses. So you don't recognize God no more. That's why people start moving crazy, like they ain't in their body, like they ain't got a soul. Going crazy, oh, crazy. I ain't gonna say that. You know, some people just got a problem, I guess. But I'm the kind of person, you got a doctor who can say something wrong with everything. Oh, they this, they that, whatever. And they'll say, let's say I say something wrong with my ankles. They'll say, oh, he got ventricle, what they call them, vein. Man, my leg beautiful. Look at my legs. My leg is beautiful. My leg is beautiful. These is braces on my legs because of that spiritual, because of that. This is what you go through when they sacrifice you and you wind up in spiritual court to see if they had any right for sacrificing you. And they got to see if you dead. You can feel the chain all over. The chain, when I first got in there, I felt chains over here. I felt them all over my body. I felt just way down. And I could feel like the longer we went through the court, the more they start popping off these chains. But these bracelets can be put down mechanically, believe it or not. It's like a spiritual design that the physical world actually got. But I ain't gonna say your name, because you said don't say us no more. But God gave me and told me to give you a break. Really, to be real with you, because I was gonna light you up when you said that, but I'm gonna let it go. So anyway, the spiritual realm cleansed them. They cleansed them, so I named them G and S. And somehow, it's tied to them somehow. When they think about me, I can feel them. I just named them that at first. Then all of a sudden, I kind of felt like it was actually tied to them girls. But I'm gonna be real with you. Well, they probably just tied to them. And they probably know about it. Either one, they tied to them and they know about it. But there's a good possibility that they're very high ranking in the spiritual realm. And the highest ranking lover that I could possibly be with can control these bracelets. But that's far-fetched. But anyway, I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, man, they know about this spiritual court. And you know, in the spiritual court, it's people. Now, it could be a physical court going on, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about that, though, because the physical court ain't going to go this far back. I know it's a spiritual court. And it's like, put it like this. When these particular people go to court, if they was wrong in all their decision making about me, they die. Literally, I can be in here meditating or sleeping or whatever, and these people go through the spiritual court, still alive here. And I see the process of them going through the spiritual court. I don't hear what's going on, but I see them going into the spiritual court. And if they failed, if they was proven guilty in that spiritual court, I can just observe their energy out here in the physical, and they'll die. They'll die. I'm telling y'all, they'll die. I know. I'm gonna tell you somebody that I'm gonna tell you. Two people I did it with: my ex-wife brother and my cousin, my female cousin on my daddy's side. Both of them. I mean, I went through it with them. I've been plenty of more people I don't know and stuff, but them in particular, I was able to follow. And it's one more right now that I'm following. Right now, in close proximity, right now, that I'm following. And that's why I told y'all in the beginning, I'm gonna tell y'all again, if you don't see me react different about Dell, I always been like this since I was little. So don't think nothing crazy about it. I don't act the same like everybody else act about Dell. I always been that way. I don't get emotional, none of that. I don't cry like that. Like I said, I call my eyes Ron and Nubis, and they cry as individuals, and they cry. I don't got no emotion when they crying. It's just a teardrop, and I just named it. I said, Nubis crying, Ron crying, you know what I'm saying? Just have something to do. But, and my cousin used to do it when he got to fight him. He'll cry out of one of his eyes. I don't know what the hell that was about. But, he was always winning fights. I don't know why he would cry. I don't know what that was. But I do kind of now, but I didn't know then. But yeah, it's a spiritual court. I'm talking about everybody going to this court. Card readers, spiritualist people, Christian people, religious people, everybody going to this court. Everybody. And it's like they don't even notice it. It's like you get trapped in a comfortable cycle, and while you're in that comfortable cycle, your higher self is going to court for you, or something like that. Crazy.